Okay, good morning. Today we're going to continue discussing our cosmogonic or origin myth when grizzlies walk upright. So we're going to continue our lecture of that origin myth, okay? So let's begin reading.
The girl hurried to the top of the mountain and stayed well inside the smoke hole, and she spoke to the winged spirit. As she was about to climb back down, she remembered that her father had once said he could see the ocean from the top of their lodge. His daughter wondered what the ocean looked like, and her curiosity got the better.
Okay, very important, that word to mark it down is very important. Curiosity. Curiosity is going to have a key role in this myth. What was the curiosity that the girl had?
She wanted to see the ocean.
She wanted to see the ocean. Okay, so that curiosity is going to make her do something that is going to impact this myth. Okay, go on.
She poked her head out of the hole and turned towards the west. But before she could see anything, the wind spirit caught her long hair, pulled her out of the mountain, and blew her down over the snow and ice.
What happened? The father gave her a warning. Did she obey the warning? No. It's like, for example, when parents tell you don't do this, don't go to this place, and you disobey and you do it and you don't follow the rules, and bad things happen, and they're going to come out and they're going to tell you, I told you. Because they warn you, and you didn't obey that warning. It's the same thing that happened here with the girl. Okay, go on.
She landed among the scrubby fir trees at the edge of the timber and snow line, her long red hair trailing over the snow. There, a grizzly bear found the little girl when he was out hunting food for his family. He carried her home with him, and his wife brought her up with their family of cubs.
Okay, what happened to the girl? She fell, and she met what? A grizzly bear. And why this grizzly bear is generous? He did what?
He was hunting.
He was hunting, and he what? He took care of her. He took her home with what? With what? He took her home with the other cubs that he had, the baby cubs. Okay, what was something particular at the beginning about the grizzly bear? They could what?
They could walk.
They could walk and talk. Okay, that is very important to know. Go on.
The little red-haired girl and the cubs ate together, played together, and grew up together.
Okay, so the girl has been part of the family. She grew up with them, she ate, and she played together with the Grizzlies, okay? So she's part of that family now. Go on.
When she became a young woman, she and the eldest son of the grizzly bears were married.
Okay, the girl, already a young grown woman, she what? She married one of the Grizzlies, okay? Very important. Go on.
In the years that followed, they had many children who were not as hairy as the grizzlies, yet did not look exactly like their spirit mother either.
Okay, so that mix from the young woman and the Grizzlies is going to create a species that we're going to know later on. Go on.
All the grizzly bears throughout the forest were so proud of these new creatures that they made a lodge for the red-haired mother and her children. They placed the lodge near Mount Shasta. It is called Little Mount Shasta today. After many years had passed, the mother grizzly bear knew that she would soon die, fearing that she should ask of the sheep of the sky spirits to forgive her for keeping his daughter. She gathered all the grizzlies at the lodge they have built.
Okay, what happened with the mother grizzly? She started feeling what?
Sick.
Sick, but what? Why do you think she wanted to talk to the chief spirit? She felt what? Guilt, remorse. When you're thinking that you have done something wrong, and you're dying. A lot of people, when they die, they start to feel that remorse. They start to feel like bad, and they want to do things correctly. Okay? So in this case, the Mother Grizzly wants to what? Tell the chief spirit that they have his daughter. But why wait all of these years to inform the chief spirit?
Because she's gonna die.
She's gonna die. If not, probably she would never explain or tell him where the daughter was. It had to happen something like death or nearing death for her to make that important and crucial decision in our story.
So, but who was feeling guilty?
The Mother Grizzly, like the big mother. Remember that at the beginning they found her, they found the little girl, and they took her home, and they had like the Mother Grizzly, the Father Grizzly, that was the one that found her, and the little cubs. So it was the Mother Grizzly. That was the one that was feeling guilty. Okay. Remember, the young woman has not seen her father since she fell. Okay? Very important. Go on.
Then she sent her eldest grandson in a cloud to the top of Mount Shasta to tell the spirit chief where he could find his long-lost daughter. When the father got this news, he was so glad that he came down to the mountainside in giant strides, melting the snow and tearing up the land under his feet. Even today, his tracks can be seen in the rocky path of the south side of Mount Shasta. As he neared the lodge, he called out, "Is this where my little daughter lives?"
So what he's saying, it's the place where my daughter is living or has been living through all this time. Go on.
He expected his child to look exactly as she had when he last saw her.
That's not going to happen. Remember, she's a grown woman now. Go on.
When he found a grown woman instead and learned that the strange creatures she was taking care of were his grandchildren, he became very angry. A new race had been created that was not of his making. He frowned on the old grandmother so sternly that she promptly fell dead. Then he cursed all of the Grizzlies.
Okay, so when the chief came, he saw what was happening and he got really mad. But he got mad because what he saw was not his creation. Remember, they created the volcano, he created the mountains, he created the trees. When he walked, he melted the snow, he created the rivers. But when he found out something that he has not created, that created him anger. And more than the one that was involved was his daughter. So what he did, he gave like a death stare to the Mother Grizzly, and she immediately died. So the Mother Grizzly is dead now. And what he did next, he cursed all of the Grizzlies. Okay? Go on.
Get down on your hands and knees. You have wronged me. And from this moment, all of you will walk on 4 feet and never talk again.
There you go. No. Very important this. The ones that have been able to follow at this young age the Bible, there's going to be a part in the Genesis book that is going to talk, but in this case they're going to have a serpent as the one that used to talk and walk. And that's the one that's going to what? That curse that God puts on that serpent. It is the same thing or similar what's happened with the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, according to the chief spirit, did something wrong and they have to pay. Very important a difference between the turtle's back and the Grizzlies. We have a curse in the Grizzly and we don't have a curse in the turtle's back, okay? So right here, we don't have a hero, but in the Grizzly, in the turtle back, we do have a hero, and that's a little muskrat. You're starting to see the two comparisons there and the differences between those two myths, okay? Go on.
He drove his grandchildren out of the lodge, put his daughter over his shoulder, and climbed back up the mountain. Never again did he come to the forest. Some say that he put out the fire in the center of his lodge and took his daughter back up to live in the sky. Those strange creatures, his grandchildren, scattered and wandered over the earth. They were first
Okay, so the result out of the young woman and the grizzly bear is, according to the Mother tribe, the first ancestors of the Native Americans. So on the turtle back, we have the creation of the world, and on the grizzlies walk upright, we have the creation of humankind, of the first Native Americans. Okay, wrap it up.
That's why the Indians living around Mount Shasta would never kill a grizzly bear. Whenever a grizzly killed an Indian, his body was burned on spot.
Okay, very important to understand and write it down in your notes that grizzlies were very important for this tribe, for the Mother. If a grizzly killed a Native American, that a Native American was going to be burned in the spot, and as people go by, they were going to throw rocks at that spot, and as rocks continue to pile up, they were going to cover up the body. It's like, for example, like in Greece, when they did the death by stoning, that they created a pit, they put that person, and they start throwing rocks at that person until that person is covered with rocks, and then at the end, they'll collect a big rock, boom, and put it on top of their head. That's death by stoning. And they use it in a lot of civilizations during the earlier times, okay?
While he was alive?
Yes, while he was alive. Death by stoning. You're gonna die because they continue to throw you rocks. That's your torture. And once you're filled up, they'll get a rock on top of your head and you're done, okay? Go on.
And for many years, all who passed that way cast a stone there until a great pile of stones marked the place of his death.
There you go. So the stones are going to mark the what? The place or the spot when that death body it is, okay? So it's very important that there's a lot of differences between the Onondaga tribe, that is the tribe of the Earth of Eternal's back, and of the Mother tribe, the ones from when grizzlies walk upright. There's a lot of similarities, but there's a lot of differences. Very important. Creation of the earth, turtles back, creation of the human race when grizzlies walk upright. So basically that'll be it for our lecture on the second part on when the grizzlies walk upright. Thank you.